His girlfriend doesn't care for his clothes.
He won't wear GQ.
But he cares too much for his clothes.
When we're about to get it going in the bedroom, he has to stop everything and fold the clothes.
So she met a guy who's living large.
He's tall, but maybe bigger in a little bit different areas.
And they had a long blind date.
He ended up staying at the house.
After he gets personal with a personal trainer.
I said, why don't you take off your shirt and show me your abs?
Did he fold it?
Will they iron things out or have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is the show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. Now, let's meet our couple here. They were both business majors. He was instantly attracted. She thought, though, that he wasn't smart enough for her, and her #1 requirement is brains. But one day, about 6 months ago, he changed her mind, and they've been together ever since. Please welcome Mike Cancelleri and Ann Hoffman. Now, you guys are both here because you have bright futures, but you're just not so sure that the future together is the right thing. Now, Ann, if brains is the #1 requirement, why did you end up going out with him?
His football butt was the first thing that I was drawn to. And after that, his sense of humor, and then I realized that he was smart after that.
So that did come around eventually.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, thank God.
He's one of the smartest men I've dated, actually.
Good. Now, Mike, what was it that instantly attracted you to her?
Well, Chris, I have this thing with cankles. That's like when the leg and the ankle, you know, they separate so you can see both of them. She has very, very nice legs.
Cankles?
Cankles.
Okay.
So, as you can see, she doesn't have a problem with that.
All right. Sounds like something you need a treatment for, but we'll go with your explanation.
Trust me.
And Mike likes your long legs. What do you think of his?
His are a little short for me. But he's like 5'9", but he says he's like 5'11". And so it's
come on, get it right, Ann, will you?
It's a little bit embarrassing when we go out. And my grandma met him, and she said he was too short.
Oh, really? Even grandma. Come on, stand up back to back so I can get a good look. Let me just get a sense of what's going on here. Okay. Well, it's not terrible.
She never complains when we're laying down, I guess.
Right. When you guys disagree, who usually wins that argument?
Let's get real. She wins every time, no matter what. No matter what. She has to win, and she always...
No, I don't. When I'm wrong...
Don't hold back.
No, when I'm wrong, I admit it.
When was that? That must have been an ex-boyfriend. That wasn't with me.
Okay, one time we went to a bar and he left me there. I have a right to be mad about that. That's why. That's one of the reasons why.
All right, let's talk about the two of you. And what's his quirkiest trait, if you had to pick out one?
Okay, how about this? When we're about to get it going in the bedroom, he has to stop everything and fold the clothes. Okay.
What?
Let's stop. We're all like, wait. I gotta fold the clothes. I gotta put them on a hanger.
But you can't just throw them off and leave them crumpled by the floor?
No, that would get wrinkled. I'm a really clean guy.
No spontaneity whatsoever.
Either has to do with my spontaneity or her. I don't know.
Well, then, Mike, let me see this. Are you the boss in the relationship here?
No, I'm not the boss at all.
We're
She's
equal.
Bossy in the bedroom. She's bossy wherever we're at. Whatever she wants, that's how it goes.
So she's got to take charge.
Kind of, just a little bit. She's got to take charge.
And the folding clothes thing is kind of weird. Is that the only thing that's quirky about him? Is there something else?
No, this guy is generic brand man. We'll go out, and he doesn't know the difference between Kraft cheese and Brie. He doesn't know the difference between J. Crew and Kmart.
Everybody, no Kraft cheese and Brie.
He won't wear GQ. He won't wear anything like J. Crew or Banana Republic. He has to wear like something generic.
Well, she's very judgmental and kind of superficial when it comes to those things.
No, I don't think. No.
All right, Mike. If she needs the finer things in life from you, what do you need from her?
I need her to. Well, I need to feel needed. She kind of just ignores me all the time and is just
takes you for granted.
Passive. Well, probably she takes me for granted and she just.
But is it just because she's a strong, independent woman?
Well, she's very strong and independent. That can go to a certain level. I need her to like miss me sometimes.
All right, Ann, tell us.
I miss him all the time. I miss him.
Well, you got to let him know that, I guess. Okay. Tell us why you thought this was a good time the two of you went on these blind dates. Ann?
Well, I felt like I don't think he realizes what a good catch I am. I mean, he rips on me, obviously, all the time. He doesn't understand. So I thought if we went out with other people, we would realize it more.
Okay, we'll see what kind of realization we come to here. Because it seems the relationship between Mike and Ann is not really graded an A+ right now. Now, when we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out if they're going to stay together or have a change of heart. So stay here. With Mike and Ann. Now, according to Ann, Mike's about 5 inches too short, a few brand names away from the style and wardrobe, and insists on folding her clothes before getting intimate. So we sent her out with a GQ 6'5" pro volleyball player who never lets anything get in the way of romance. Please welcome John Moran.
Yeah!
How you doing? Welcome. Mike, John obviously has more height on you. How does he measure up other ways?
He's tall, but I may be bigger in a little bit different areas, so that's...
I definitely don't think that's going to be an issue.
Okay. And, and tell me what kind of date you were expecting, or what kind of date you wanted from John?
I wanted a formal date where we had a chance to dress up, and he wore a tux. I love men in tuxes. And we went to a murder mystery dinner theater. Mm-hmm. It was wonderful.
So that's good. Mm-hmm. And John, was Ann dressed sort of, as they say, to the nines that night?
She was at the top of the stairs when I got there, and she looked absolutely beautiful. She had a full-length evening dress on. She was radiant. Her smile actually warmed up my heart, to be honest.
Excellent.
Her smile has been warming up my heart for the past 6 months.
Well, that's good, because it was doing it to me that night. So.
Now, Ann, the big question... The big question was it a designer tux or a generic tux?
It was Christian Dior tux.
And it made you very happy.
Yes. And he has big muscles, and it was filling out the tux a lot.
Now, Ann, you were doing a little comparison, and you are taller than Mike. How did it feel being with John, much taller guy?
I wore my biggest heels, and I came up underneath his chin, so that was really great, and it was good to cuddle with someone that's that height.
So he still was a little bit bigger. And you felt that the two of you looked good together?
Uh-huh. I'd say we were close to the perfect couple.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with that.
All right, so you guys are styling, and John, this is a formal date. Any special touches that you added?
Well, when we got into the car, I thought it'd be a nice touch to have a rose waiting in the seat for her.
Wow.
Thought that'd be special.
That's good.
Even Mike liked that idea.
Yeah, that's good. Very...
And Mike, do you do little special things like that?
Yeah, I constantly...
Wait, time out.
Very
Can we go back to something here?
What, Ann?
What?
But I have to say one thing. John did mention that he got the flower from his regular flower lady and his regular flower shop. So that leads me to believe that maybe a little player was coming to pick me up.
Now, John, is it safe to assume that you don't require anybody to fold up their clothes before you get romantic?
Absolutely not. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I even found that a little peculiar. And what is your preference then?
Definitely more fast and furious, on the edge. That's kind of my style. So.
Okay. Now, Ann, you're at a mystery dinner theater type thing. That's not real romantic.
Oh, no, it really was. We drank and ate, and we danced, and we laughed the entire time. It was hilarious, all the characters, and I thought it was quite romantic, very spontaneous.
Okay, and John, any other surprises besides the rose?
I thought a nice surprise would be having a limousine waiting outside to take us to a dance club afterwards. So.
Add that to the list with the tux in the other row. Perfect.
And so you're in formal wear in an evening gown. What was dancing, like?
No, we changed.
Oh, you did?
And he came out in J. Crew khakis and Banana
loafers,
Republic.
No socks. That's perfect.
Banana Republic gray shirt, and it was really tight right here, and it was really.
And you like that? And John, why a dance club for the next stop?
For me, there's nothing sexier than a woman who can, take charge on, who can kind of take charge on the dance floor. And I tell you what, Ann definitely can dance, very sexy. Yeah. She hiked up her skirt a little bit, and there was definitely some grinding and some hands on the hips.
And Mike, what about you out on the dance floor like that? You guys get a little freaky?
Me and her bump and grind fine. I don't know. He may be taller, but I don't know how well he dances, so I don't think our dancing is a problem.
Being Latin American, I can dance perfect. Don't worry about that.
Well, let me get Ann's opinion on how hot things were getting out there on the dance floor. Ann?
They got a little steamy, and we kissed. And it was kind of a long, sensual kiss.
She is kind of a social butterfly at a bar. I'm surprised she found him. She usually is just scattering all the way around.
John, let me ask you this. Mike was complaining earlier that he feels like Ann doesn't need him. How did you feel in that situation?
I guess I can kind of see his point. She was dancing with another guy at one point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens every time.
I was just dancing. That's not a big deal.
Now, John, you rented the limo. So did you guys get back into it after dancing?
So to speak, yeah. We got back in the limousine and put the screen up and the windows started to fog up a little bit.
Oh, really?
Quite a bit of kissing, but I got to be honest, unfortunately, it's a little too PG for my taste. Like, I kind of wanted to hit it, so.
He's kind of like...
Things PG in the limo. Can I assume the date was almost over at that point then?
He should be GP, good player, because that's great.
It was a long drive for him to go home, so he ended up staying at the house.
Oh, I see. This was your house.
Yeah, but it went to about PG-13, that's it.
Uh-huh. Now, I know you weren't asking him to fold any clothes, so what exactly happened and what did you do?
We just cuddled.
John, what did you do?
I know this is on TV and all, but there was a little kissing on the neck, and I was rubbing her a little bit, and we actually fell asleep spooning, so it was kind of nice.
That's sweet. That's great.
Now, Ann, you got the feeling right off the bat, you said that he was maybe a player. Here he spent the night. Did you still feel that way?
I feel really comfortable with Mike, and so that was a little bit uncomfortable, and I think he might have a little bit of a player in him, so.
So you did sense that still?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, here's the question then. Was kissing on the dance floor, making out in a limo, and spooning in bed together enough to give Ann a change of heart? We're going to find that out later, but next we're going to meet the woman that Mike dated, and we'll hear about their date, so stay with us. Date with John, and now we're going to meet the woman that Mike dated. Now, Mike says that Ann's so bossy she turns him off romantically, and she never lets him win an argument. All in all, he feels she doesn't need him very much. So we found him a personal trainer who's firm but not bossy, strong but not obstinate, and needs a good man. Please welcome Lisa Nielsen. Yeah! Hi, Lisa. Welcome. What do you think Mike liked best about Lisa?
Probably your boobs.
All right, Lisa, what about the chemistry when you and Mike first talked? Did you feel it?
Well, he sounded a little snotty on the phone, but we have a mutual friend, so I called to check him out. And he said I should go out with him for myself, and I did.
I also called him, too, to
oh, you
get
did?
some advice about her, and he said she's very hot, and he's very right.
Good to have friends who are in the know.
Yeah.
Mike, where did you first meet Lisa for the date?
I went and first picked her up at her work. She's a trainer, so I went to her gym, and she was kind of wearing just normal clothes. And then, but I did know she had a very nice body, so I couldn't wait to get back and see her change. We went back to go to her house.
That's nice.
You went to her house to change?
Yeah, we went back to her house.
You were there when she changed?
Lisa, why didn't you just change at the gym?
I wasn't in the room. Not like you, I guess, but I was...
Lisa, why didn't you just change at the gym?
Well, I really wanted him to meet my parents because I thought he was so... Well, he brought me a dozen roses, and I thought he was so sweet.
Wow. Oh, and you don't have a flower guy either, right? Yeah.
You may know the same one.
I just got a very long
now? You're meeting the parents on the first date? That's cute.
Well, she knows a good thing when she sees it.
Don't want to waste any time. All right, Mike, what about that cankle thing you were talking about earlier? Did she pass that inspection?
She passes out with flying colors, obviously. Also, she wore platform shoes when we went out too, and she was, shorter than me, so it was cute.
Hard.
We looked like a cute couple. It was very nice.
All right, now Lisa, one of the things we heard Ann complain about Mike is that generic wardrobe. Did you notice that when you went out?
He's adorable. He was wearing a little Gap collared shirt with a Chapman University shirt underneath, which is a favorite of mine. So adorable. And just khakis. He looked great.
Mm-hmm. All right, now the difference in the women, Mike, you said Ann's pretty bossy. What about Lisa?
She's not bossy at all. When we first talked, we were talking about where we go, and she was totally free with whatever I wanted to do. So we headed over. I asked her if she'd like to go to a musical, so we went to a musical, Rent. And then we also went over to a restaurant, Houston's.
Oh my God, that's my favorite restaurant.
And Mike, have you ever taken Ann to her favorite restaurant?
Actually, I've known it's been her favorite restaurant, but we've never been.
You've never got around to it, though. Lisa, Mike mentioned that Ann intimidates him a little bit. Did you guys talk about that? Did he mention that?
Yeah, he mentioned it, but he kept putting his hand on my arm and telling me how nice I looked, so I don't think I intimidated him at all.
She was very comforting. It was really nice.
He said I was really opposite of Ann, so...
Obviously. I guess you can see that.
Now, Mike, you said Ann never gives in on an argument. Did you and Lisa have any disagreements?
We had a little argument about an ex, but we just worked through it. It wasn't like a big deal.
On the first date, I think you worked through it.
Well, everything with you is just some big shenanigan that always has to go in this big thing. We just went through it.
All right, and Lisa, how was the weather on the date?
Oh, it was really cold and it was raining, but he kept me warm all night.
She was wearing a little skimpy dress, so I wanted to make sure she was warm.
Right, now, Mike, you said you went to see Rent, big musical play. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, for, I guess, what I watched.
For what you watched?
I kept trying to sneak peeks at her and, see how it was, and I was, doing the yawn, put the arm around her, and it was nice, but I was kind of wondering, what she was thinking. I didn't know quite what the vibe was, but...
And Lisa, during this play, were you sneaking peeks at Mike?
Well, at intermission, we were in the lobby playing around, and I hit him in the stomach, and he's in good shape, I think. And I said, why don't you take off your shirt and show me your abs?
At the play?
Right in the lobby.
I said I didn't know if she was joking or not.
I was pretty disappointed that he didn't.
At the play, he's taking off his shirt?
No,
I don't know why.
Did he fold it?
And why do you think he wouldn't take off his shirt and show off his body?
Aren't they at a play right now?
Yeah. Is he shy about his body?
It's dark in a play. Real dark.
I don't know.
I guess we could have gone back to my house and traded it, but no.
This is turning into a bad Alanis Morissette song or something here. Mike, were you disappointed about anything on the date?
I was a little disappointed. I was sick during the date, and she told me that since I had a little cold and a sniffle that I wasn't getting a good night kiss. So which is understandable.
Lisa, Ann and John's date sort of had a questionable movie rating with what went on there. With no kiss at the end of your date, would it be rated a G?
I don't think it was G, maybe PG-13. We were standing in the rain, long old hug and a kiss on the cheek. Yeah. It was a definite movie scene.
I think they do that in Little Mermaid, that's G.
Okay. Will Mike and Ann have a change of heart, or are they going to stay together? During the break, they have to make that decision. We're going to find out what they decide when we come back, so stay right here, please. All right, here we are. It's a moment of truth, because during the break, Mike and Ann each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Now, Ann and Mike, you guys came on the show because, Ann, you wanted to see if Mike would actually come to the realization of what a great catch you are. And we're going to start with you, though. You wanted to date somebody that was maybe a little bit taller than you, somebody that wasn't going to be folding their clothes before they got intimate with you, and somebody that was better styling, I guess, as far as designer clothes go. We sent you out with John. You guys had a formal date, designer tux. You had the gown. He had the limo for you. You had some hot dancing and kissing going on, spooning into the night, I guess. Your decision, though, what do you say? Stay together or change of heart?
I think that the date went really well, and he has all the qualities that I'm looking for. I think, not to sound like too much of a girl, but I think Mike and I are meant to be just friends, so I went with change of heart.
Oh, change of heart. All right, and John, does that work for you?
Absolutely.
All right, John's good to go on that one. Okay, Mike, it's your decision now. You said you wanted to date somebody that wasn't so bossy in the bedroom, somebody that was going to let you win an argument once in a while, and actually make you feel like you were needed. So there you were with Lisa. You guys had planned on going to a musical. You saw a play. You guys went to dinner. It was cold and wet, but you guys were cuddling. But you didn't get a kiss because you weren't feeling too well, and she didn't want your germs. Ann did have a change of heart. Your choice now at this time. What do you say?
Well, I really thought that Lisa and I had a really, really good date, and she really made me feel needed. And I think that everything went really well, and I, too, had a change of heart.
Change of heart. All right. does that work for you?
Absolutely.
Okay, we got two good change of hearts then, I guess, and you wanted to come on and see if you were good catches or see if it was time to move on, but you got a better catch on both sides here, I guess. All right, thanks for being here. That is our show for today. Good luck to Mike and Lisa, also to Ann and John. We'll see you next time here on Change of Heart.